Yo, 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 Big Kish back up in here. They saying Pusha T is going out wild on Kanye West. They said he don't like him no more, and he went all in on his empire. You know what I'm saying? His fashion empire, that is. We got Hello Yasin dropping this video I'm about to react to, and we gonna see what Pusha T is up to, man. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all please go pick up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kish. The link will be in the description. Pee Wee says, how do I be a part of the Get It Gang? If you want to be a part of the Get It Gang, the link is in the description. If you want to be a member, if you want to be a member, the link is in the description. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
What's poppin', y'all? Pusha T really attacked Ye in a way, or really just delivered this surgical criticism of him, and it's with none other than fashion. Now, Pusha T's not known as a fashion guy. However, he's been around Ye for nearly 2 decades now, many years. Yeah. And in this interview, he said this quote that really made me think, a couple of quotes. So I'm gonna read them out first, and then we're gonna talk about whether or not he has a point. That man knows that I was the only person who told him, like, hey man, Virgil got his line poppin'. Why don't you make your own LVMH, bro? In reference, LVMH is a conglomerate, a group that owns a bunch of fashion houses. So Bernard Arnault, which I don't know if he's the richest person in the world, he's top 5, I'm pretty sure, this French guy, he owns LVMH, and under LVMH are all of these brands like Gucci. I don't think Prada is owned by them right now, but I think Prada is still one of the few independent brands. But Hermes,
see, I didn't know this worked like that. I thought these brands was they own little thing. So it's somebody who owned them. Wow. That's money right there.
Kering, Louis Vuitton, like all of those brands, like I think, what else? There's a ton. I even think they own Hennessy. So they own a bunch of like Spirit, Bulgari, etc. They're all.
Let's see that. Let's see that. Let's see that. Yeah, this is some money, y'all. This is some money right here. Dang.
Owned under this house. So it makes a ton of money. So he was telling Ye, like, yo, you can make this. You got Virgil. You got Yeezy. You have Just Dons. His issue with me is because I'm always the truth teller. These rants and stuff, they ain't because somebody's wronged him. It's because he knows I could look you in the face and say, man, I told you all this ish. It would have been the biggest thing ever for everybody. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand why he was so dead set on being down with LVMH back then. If you guys remember, a lot of the contention between Ye and Virgil come from Virgil getting the position at Louis Vuitton and now Pharrell getting that position as like head designer. And he hates him for that because Ye always wanted to have that position for himself. And he's talked about it in interview clips before. Ye was also like the OG to collaborate with Louis Vuitton on his own shoe before he even did the Yeezys. And then he goes on to say, how much was Off-White worth? How much was Yeezy brand worth? Okay? Had everything stayed copacetic, how much would the Gap deal would have been worth? How much was Fear of God worth? So my point is, you had LVMH yourself. You had one yourself. And this comparison, it really rings true. And I never thought about it until Pusha T explained it. Because if you look throughout like the history of it, early 2010s, Ye, right? I'm sure we can.
So he's saying instead of Ye wanting to be up under somebody, he had his own thing going on. But he didn't want that. He wanted to be this guy. He wanted to be feeding these guys sandwiches and stuff in the back of the limo. Y'all look it up, man. Yeah, Kanye West was holding these 2 white guys' plate, feeding them snacks and all of that. Man, that would...
Can all agree, and Ye even talks about this, how, what was it, the fashion show, the Yeezy fashion show, Yeezy, I think it was season 2 fashion show was one of the craziest shows of all time, one of the most viewed fashion shows of all time. This was Yeezy season 3, actually. Quick correction on that. But at that time, in the early 2010s, Ye was already doing the Nike Yeezys, and then, well, actually late 2000s, and then early 2010s, he would shift to Adidas. But during that time was a very important transition. You had Virgil Abloh that was working with Ye already. Virgil started doing Pyrex Vision. So Pyrex Vision,
he said Adidas. We call it Adidas, but that's the way you're supposed to pronounce it, Adidas. but he pronounced it the correct way. It's kind of funny when you hear somebody say it the right way.
He was taking these Ralph Lauren, what do you call them, plaid shirts, kind of plaid jackets, and screen printing this like Pyrex stuff on them. Also like Champion shorts, screen printing Pyrex, and selling it for a bag. And Ye was wearing it, and celebrities were wearing it, and people were shelling out hundreds of dollars for, and this was like, the profit margins on this were ridiculous, because to make the things, it probably cost like $5, especially buying it in bulk. And Virgil parlayed this money into Off-White. But before, in the meantime as well, there was Bintrill. So if you guys remember Bintrill, that was kind of like this Tumblr brand, but Bintrill was started by 3 people. It was Virgil Abloh, Heron Preston, Matthew Williams, Justin Saunders, I think like 2 other people. I did a video on it in the main channel where like I scripted it and stuff. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But they were kind of like this DJ and art crew that were also selling these clothes, and these clothes were popping. Travis Scott was wearing it. A bunch of people were wearing it. But these guys, and this was around 2012. But after that, they separated and started doing their own thing. Jerry Lorenzo, who is Fear of God, he's also somebody that was rocking with Ye, heavily inspired by Ye. And he's doing Fear of God, which is huge. Essentials, which is huge. And these guys had a lot of respect for Ye. Also, Matthew Williams had worked with Ye on Pastel and other projects. And
man, my son tried to trick me. This was last month. He was like, yeah, Dad, I'm looking for a sweater to match my my shoes. I already told him I wasn't buying him no Essential sweater. We went to the mall. We looking around. We see all these sweaters to match his shoes. He goes straight to a store that got the Essentials. Man, that sweater, it's a hoodie. That sweater was $300. Said, bruh, I am not spending no $300 on a sweater that just say one word on it. That sweater, it's going to have some something on it. Not just Essential, because I can make that. He tried to get me, y'all. He tried to trick me.
And Matthew Williams went on to start his own brand, Elite 1017 Alix, or Alix, or however the hell it's pronounced. And that became like this luxury streetwear brand that is highly successful. But after that, in 2020, he became creative director at Givenchy. So that guy already is like, he's up there now. Don C, people didn't even know who the hell Don C was, but everybody wanted the Just Dons. And he opened RSVP Gallery, which was a boutique. He had a bunch of different collaborations, and he did a lot of work with the NBA when it came to snapbacks and their shorts and things like that. Heron Preston, he would launch his own designer brand, Heron Preston. That's still performing well. And then you've got Virgil, of course, who founded Off-White. Off-White, wildly successful. And then he did these major collaborations with Nike, IKEA, and then he became artistic director at Louis Vuitton. So all of these guys, think about it. You have Off-White, you have Alix, you have Don C, you have Yeezy brand, you have Fear of God. You put all of these under Ye's umbrella, that is a behemoth. Because you just talk about how much Yeezy is worth, right? Ye is a billionaire off of Yeezy. Now imagine you put all of that together with, and this is the thing, at that time, all of these guys would have been happy to be under this umbrella that Ye was creating, where he's like, yo, screw that LVMH stuff.
It sounds like Yeezy tricked himself out of the bag because he wanted to be up under the people he always yapping against, like he wanted to go against them. He really wanted to be the next in command of these people, probably. Allegedly.
We're doing our own thing here. You've all got your own brands independent of each other. And people were messing with this. People were buying these clothes like they were going out of style. This is before the PacSun collab with, I think it was Fear of God. So there's affordable option. There would be affordable options for this. Then there would be the higher end options. Everyone else is working on their own projects. But it's just, I don't think Ye was invested in the vision. And a bunch of people are saying, like, why is he saying this now and not back then? You got to think when this was going on. Pusha T was probably telling him this in 2013. 2013, 2014 is Yeezus era. You remember when he was talking, when he was on an interview with Sway in the morning? You ain't got the answers, Sway. He was spazzing out on everybody. He was hell-bent on getting into the fashion industry because he wanted some sort of a validation from them. We don't really know the answers, but he wanted to get in there, and that was his goal, and that's why he's still talking crazy about Virgil. And he's had fallings out with these people throughout time since then. Like, for instance, I think it was early 2025, he went on a crazy rant against Jerry Lorenzo for doing a project with Adidas. And he called him out and said, he called them fake friends. When you Google Yeezy.com, the Adidas site comes before the Yeezy site. Members at Adidas, stop doing this. Stop doing your moves to hold me back. Our partnership is done. You're a $60 billion company that froze my accounts. Now I'm back on my feet. No pun intended, and I'm not going to stand for this. I did phenomenal work for you guys, and because I stood up for himself, y'all tried to intimidate and oppress me. Everyone remembers I had major issues with Adidas because of design theft and oppression before the tweet. And then he goes in on Jerry. And side note, y'all know Jerry was corny and disloyal for doing work with Adidas after the way they handled things. I still showed up to his show. That was a copy of my Hollywood Bowl show, being the so-called bigger man, but I'm never doing that again for no one. It's Yeezy over everything. Everyone that ever took a picture next to me that had their own clothing lines and agendas, everyone knows.
Yeah, them people is not going to allow you to be up under him if you always got these little breakdowns all the time. You always got these little breakdowns. Oh yeah, cool now. He good. Next week. Oh yeah, did what? Oh snap! No, come on, bro. You can't be on the straight path, bro.
They was acting like they were my friends to promote their weak fake Yeezy lines. They never wanted to truly work for the king. They wanted to use the king, get paid more than they would get paid anywhere else. Be yes man, be happy for any time I didn't accomplish what we were working towards. Now they banish. No more hugs, Yeezy over everything. I'm not here as a platform for anyone else. I'm here to dominate, as I always have. The Yeezy $20 price is burning the game to the ground, leaving only Yeezy left. Everyone knows the cost in luxury fashion are way marked up. I should have never even wore those Prada glasses. The site made $100 million last year, and that was with it only being up 6 months. I took the site down for 6 months to get control over my Shopify accounts. People wanted to make me believe that I couldn't do this on my own. We sold over 1 million pairs of pods, and I've been working on 10 other styles for the past 2 years. It's Yeezy for the people. Everyone else was in the way. If there are any grammatical errors, as always, rewrite in the comments and I will update. Thank you. And this is sad to see because Ye's talking about, oh yeah, they didn't want to work for the king. This is the thing. Even with these people like Bernard Arnault, these executives, these people that actually are the king of the industry, I don't believe that they're treating people like this. They know we need to allow these people to not only be creative, but to feel like their destiny is in their hands and they're just not serfs in the kingdom of me. And me being Bernard Arnault or whoever owns these conglomerates. They may be that, but you're not supposed to let them feel that they are that. And that's the thing with Ye. I feel like a lot of people had issues with him. Jerry Lorenzo even said he enjoyed working with Ye, but it just got too difficult. So he had to keep on pushing and do his own thing. And in 2023, he even said, anyone that knows Kanye will tell you it's a tough relationship to hold on to. And that's when they stopped working together in 2016. So he was still assisting Ye up until 2016 when Fear of God was already taken off and doing great, and he didn't have to do that. Like anyone in fashion that came up, anyone that came up in hip-hop that's successful in fashion right now or worked with Ye, they all had this admiration and respect for him, and I just don't think he reciprocated it. I don't think he had a vision for anyone but himself. He did not have this grand vision. I think he liked the idea or how it sounded, but he was hell-bent on getting into the fashion industry and getting acceptance from him. And that's what I believe held him back from having this conglomerate of brands underneath him. And it's not that he should have focused on that. And who knows how much time that would have taken away from the music, which is what we care about the most. Like the product. Like, of course, like I've bought Yeezy products. I've got pods. I've got the Vultures merch. I've got the Vultures 1 vinyl. What else do I think that's all I have. Other than, like, I've got some older stuff too. Like, yeah, we buy that stuff, but to build something like that, that's that person's only priority. And Ye has been able to weave in and out of many different things, like go into music and then fashion. But what is the Yeezy brand in terms of a fashion brand right now? Like, when we saw Cut and Sews, like Yeezy Season 3, that was the last.
It looks like Pusha T had a vision for him way back then. Y'all know Pusha T know how to go get that bag, man. He knows something. I'm sure. Listen, Pusha T be getting that bag behind the scenes. Just because you might not see him rapping out there like that, don't mean he ain't getting that bag. And he probably didn't like that Pusha T was giving him that information, and he was right about it.
Last time we saw products like that. And when did the actual garments that Yeezy was producing sell like that? People really weren't messing with it. They were making fun of it, memeing it here and there, saying it was homeless people clothes, although that became a trend for the next several years. And that was also largely a trend of fear of God. They rocked that out, and in assistance with Justin Bieber rocking it throughout his Purpose World Tour, where, man, that guy was slaving away for a year and a half. Not Jerry Lorenzo, Justin Bieber. That guy, it felt like he was on world tour for years. And he brought Post Malone on, which that really has helped Post Malone out a lot. That must have been a wild experience, but we're not here to talk about that. So I do think that this vision was possible. And if you look at the brands right now, it's not like these guys are bums. They've all elevated into the actual fashion houses. But once you're in, and like other designers like Gosha Rubchinskiy.
Man, I'm going to tell you like this, man. Until Kanye West get right within himself, he's never going to feel complete. He ain't going to feel complete. He got all these millions of dollars, billionaire, right? And he's still not satisfied. He's still running around here throwing temper tantrums. He's still worried about, Kim K or whoever his baby mother is. He got to get right within himself. Or his brands, whatever he got, it's going to work out. People going to buy it, but he still ain't going to feel complete. Still ain't going to feel complete. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Pusha T got them ideas. And Kanye West, is he mad? Oh, no, I don't want you telling me. Dang, he was right. He was right. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.